Do you have a tendency to push really hard for the things that you want and actually end up wearing yourself out or just kind of burning your whole body down? This video is going to help to give you 3 keys to release that forceful pushing and trying to make things happen, and a bit of an understanding of why this method just doesn't work anymore. And honestly, I don't know if it ever did. My name is Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a divine freedom and clarity coach. Before we dive into the topic for today, I want to let you know I'm doing free breakthrough calls. There is a link pinned in the comments section below. These are amazing 30-minute calls where we will go over your vision for your life, what's stopping you from creating that vision, and some steps you can take, things you can do to finally get into your power and live the life of your dreams and have power over what you create for the rest of your life. Now, when it comes to creating things, creating what I've wanted, making things happen for myself, I have had this lifelong pattern of forcing, pushing, overexertion of will, believing that if I needed something or I wanted something, I had to put all of this effort into it in order to get it to move. Now, there is a little bit of truth to this because unfortunately, this is kind of how 3D works. It's kind of how 3D that's still running on the old wounded masculine sort of energetic structures works. But all of that is falling away faster than possible. One of the ways that I struggled with this immensely was through my entire healing process. Okay, I mean, I spent many years sort of trying to force things to happen. I went into rehab after 10 years of being a heroin addict. I had wanted to be a rock star more than anything in the world. And I realized when I started to get sober that I had wasted so much time, or I believed that I'd wasted so much time. So when I started to get sober, I was like, oh no, if I want to make this dream happen, I got to make up for lost time. I got to hurry, go now. And I put all of that energy into my healing. And what happened was, it was like fucking flooring a car when the engine wasn't ready, there wasn't gas in it, and I just blew all the circuits. I kept trying to sing and sing and sing, and I would push myself. I was taking singing lessons because I wanted to be a singer, and I blew my voice out again and again and again until finally I basically just collapsed. And I was like, I can't do this. It's not happening. It's not working. And I've had to revisit this pattern over and over again of trying to heal too fast, trying to heal too hard, trying to do too many things. I had this one client come to me. He didn't last very long because he didn't really have a lot of commitment, but he was sort of alpha, or I don't even like that term, but sort of CEO, like kind of alpha male person, ran his own business and had worn himself to death from overworking. But what he was doing in his healing process was the same thing. Like, he would have a session with me and a session with an acupuncturist and 3 other sessions in the same day. And I was like, bro, you gotta fucking stop. Like, you are wearing, you can't do this much healing at once. Like, the way you're healing is the same way that you got in trouble and, you know, that caused you to need to heal to begin with. You gotta do it one little step at a time and rest and integrate. And he didn't understand this, but whatever. Anyway, this is what I did for years as well. So a couple things to understand, 3 keys to really kind of let go of the forcing that I'm going to give you right now are the following. So one is eliminating the concept of trying. So many of us are out there trying to do stuff. I see it a lot with clients where I'm like, I tell them just start noticing their body, and they're like, I'm trying to push this energy out, or I'm trying to release this pattern. And it's like, even the aspect of try creates this like I can but I can't forceful thing. It's not about trying. It's about just allowing. Just allow it. Just be okay with it as it is. We don't need to try so hard. It's like getting to the point where if you can't do it, it's all right. So see where you use the word try. See when you use the word try, what that does in your body. Because it's basically saying like you have to do something you can't do. So there's this, it's like gas brake at the same time. It's like you're putting your foot down on the gas and you're putting your foot down on the brake. And I know all about this. I'm a master of this pattern. It's awful. The car blows up, like I said at the beginning of the video. Where are you trying? How do you stop trying? What happens if you stop trying? You do it or you don't do it. It's like Yoda said. There's no try. And catch yourself every time you use that word. Notice how many times you say I'm trying throughout the day and see if you can just cut it down a bit. The second key, understand the difference between making things happen versus allowing things to happen. So one of the things in our society is, we're very self-development based, we're very goal-oriented. And these are good things. Humans need goals or we don't move. But one of the tricks to understand is the reason we have goals is to expand. Consciousness is always expanding. It's always looking for a new lesson, for a new challenge in order to go into itself and expand more in the energy of love, joy, and freedom. So when we have a goal in linear space-time, in 3D as we are as humans, what that does is it sets up a framework for us to expand more, but it's not about the goal so much. It's just about, as we hear, the journey, but it's also about what happens during the journey because of the expansion that occurs every step of the way. The goal is just a target to get you in the action that's going to trigger the things in you that are blocking the expansion and bring in the new skills, etc., that are going to help you to expand and to grow more. But one of the things that we do is in trying to manifest things, we always believe that we have to force it and make it happen, because that's when you have a goal in space-time, it's like you're not there yet, so you got to push toward the goal. The thing is, it's a combination of sort of taking action and allowing, because you can take all the action in the world, and if you don't allow things to happen, they will never happen. They don't, and so actually it's even flipping the whole perception that you don't ever really make anything happen, you allow it to happen. So if you want something to happen, see if you can allow it to happen. And from the allowing, the conscious statement and the willingness to allow it to happen, it begins to happen energetically, and then the action comes from the allowing. You will be, instead of pushing, you will be pulled more in the direction of how to make that thing happen. It's actually connecting the action to the allowing. And sometimes it does feel like there's a little bit of a push, because there is, because in 3D you have to do things that you don't want to do, whether you're doing it in the direction of something you don't want to do or you're doing it in the direction of something you really want to do. There's always kind of an element of like, I don't feel like doing this today, so there's a little bit of a push. But if you're connected to the vision that you really want to create, the overall energy is going to be pulling. So see, when you start to try to make things happen and you start to force things to happen, if you can just let go and allow them to happen. Let go and allow the person to come into your life. Let go and allow the money to land. Let go and allow your body to heal. When you allow your body to heal, it just does. It just starts to. When you try to make it heal, you're preventing the allowing. You understand? And the third key to really understanding how to let go of this forceful pushing pattern is anything you try to create and anything that you want to do, it has to be okay if it doesn't happen. The trick, the absolute trick to creating what you want is to have a vision, have an impulse, have a desire. Let go of the how. Let go of whether or not the picture in your mind is exactly what it's going to be. Focus more on the feeling. Allow it to happen. From the allowing, take action, because if you don't take action, ain't shit gonna happen anywhere. And also, be okay if it doesn't. Be okay if you want to heal. You got to be okay if you don't heal. If you want to make a lot of money, you got to be okay. It's got to be okay if you don't make money. If you want to create a relationship, it's got to be okay if you don't have the relationship, because what you're saying is no matter what happens, life is working out for you. No matter what happens, you're going to learn from the situation. No matter what happens, you're going to grow. No matter what happens, you're going to love yourself. So those are the keys. Don't try. Allow it to happen and take action. And be okay if it doesn't. And what happens when you just state that it's okay if it doesn't happen? That's freedom. That's surrender. That's letting go. That's non-attachment. It's okay to have desire. There's no such thing as like freedom from our desires, meaning like we don't ever have any desire. If you have no desire, you're dead or you're lying to yourself. Freedom from our desires is, I don't know what they mean by that. Everyone means something different when they say it. What it's supposed to mean is not being attached to the desires. It doesn't mean not having desire. It's good to have desire. It's good to have a goal. Be okay if it doesn't happen. Let me know how this goes. Let me know if you have any questions, revolutions. Let me know if you have any revelations, breakthroughs. I have a free energy clearing in the description below. You can download that will help you clear a lot of these patterns and resistances to creating what you want. Other than that, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you next time, and peace.